Hey guys, this video is mostly going to be voiced over because of the high wind noise and machine noise involved. But this is on my Super Hootch that I made that drives along the pipe and keeps us out of the wind. What do you think of it?
It's awesome.
This'll spoil a guy to weld the pipe normal, huh?
Oh yeah.
It's also on my roller system that we have to turn the pipe so we can weld it as it turns, which makes welding pipe much easier. This is my pipe turner, which makes turning the pipe automatic and really awesome.
And new cute.
So we've been out welding flow lines, which are the lines that get buried underground that go from the oil wells to the tanks that hold the oil and the treaters that separate the water and the oil on the location. And the guys were out welding them yesterday. My back's still not doing real good, so I've been down and out. But today it was really windy, so the guys wanted to use my Super Hootch, is what we call it, and my pipe turning system. And they kind of enjoy it. This is the first time they've been able to use this. We got Brandon and Skylar here welding the pipes in the Hooch. Alex is out and just with some wind boards trying to protect him from the wind because there's only so much pipe in the Hooch right now. In North Dakota, the weather is usually pretty bad. It's usually windy or rainy or snowy. It seems like whenever we have to do flow lines. So I got tired of that and I built this Hooch that drives along the pipe. It runs off these two Milwaukee 1/2-inch drill motors. Then it goes through a set of reducing jack shafts and chains and sprockets to make it go slow. So it's right at walking speed, turning some trailer tires that are hooked to the sprockets. So it's 4-wheel drive and 4-wheel steering, differential steering like a skid steer, but at walking pace, which is pretty handy. You can make either side go forward or backwards by reversing the direction of the drills, so you can make it turn 360 degrees in place like zero turn, or forward or backwards. So I built a frame out of 2 3/8 inch used oil filled pipe and some 2 3/8 inch elbows. I built it about 4 years ago, so the wood's starting to get a little weathered. I should replace it all and make it nice again. I attached some Tractor Supply cattle panels to the frame to attach a clear tarp to keep us out of the weather and allow light to come in. So it rolls on 14-inch trailer tires that I got at Tractor Supply. Then I got on Amazon and I just found some hubs that fit the same bolt pattern and hooked a shaft through those bearings to the hub, and it actually has a plate that bolts on so I'm not welding to the bearings, and then it's hooked to this sprocket here. I use a couple of idler sprockets to keep the chain wrapped around that sprocket and driving nice without slipping, and then the chain goes below the door frame so you're not tripping on it and over to this other sprocket and idler setup. And then check out this little seat that I sit on when it's turning the pipe for me. That chain gets driven by a jack shaft that is reduced from the speed of the jack shaft before it, little sprocket to big sprocket, over and over again to reduce the speed, which is driven by this shaft, which is driven by a drill motor, which is powered. You can switch it and forward and reverse on the switches. Works pretty good. And the drill's held in place by the handle hold through that pipe there. Works pretty good. I've got a trolley crane that goes along here. Normally I have a hoist that's mounted to that and rolls back and forth, and you can lift the pipes with it, but I ended up stealing that for a different project. I put these lights in up here so that you can weld at night when it's dark or after 5 o'clock in the winter. Everything's powered by this multi-plug power cord that comes from the welder. I've got a plate here that was just a piece of scrap for holding grinders, and I got hooks for hanging your bucket, a welding rod. I've got spots everywhere to hang stuff, and actually a little cup holder here that I made out of a little bracket that I just welded on so I can put my drink there. Works pretty good. The whole thing is powered by this Ranger welder that I have on this Hooch that comes off my truck. I just crane it over onto the thing. It's got a little shelf that it sits on that folds down, and It works pretty good. It powers everything. And when I'm welding, I just have my leads going through the wall here, and I wrap my leads up when I move the hooch, and I just weld off of this welder. Well, the guys want to use their trucks and their welders, and that's fine. Using what's familiar to them. But so I just put that welder on there today, and it's basically just a generator to power everything at the moment. I used to just weld in the elements, and when it got too bad, you'd have to call it for the day. And with this, we can keep welding. Rain, snow, shine, dark, whatever. And I thought about building this for years and years. I built a few other versions before this, but you'd have to move it with equipment, string your leads in and out. It was a real pain. This one's been awesome. Some of the guys I work with suggested that I put some rubber flaps on there to block the wind, but they don't do a whole lot. They're there, but they aren't that great. But this whole thing, it does keep you out of the wind pretty good. It's pretty neat being able to weld in out of the elements. I cut this hole in the wall here so that I could take the hot air from the air-cooled engine and duct it in when it's cold outside. That really warms up the hooch. When it's hot out, I actually have brackets here that hold an air conditioner and blows cold air in the summertime. But today it's beautiful, so we don't have the air conditioner rigged up today. We cut plywood boards to go around the pipe. We call them wind boards, and we just set them up against there, and it blocks so much of the wind. It's really nice when it's real cold out. I set them up for demonstration purposes here, but the guys decided not to use them today because they're kind of a hassle when it's not 30 below out. The hooch actually blocks enough wind to make it plenty good to weld on a day like today. Way better than if you're just out in the elements. But the Super Hootch really just complements these roller stands that I built to roll the pipe on, and the pipe turner that I built to automatically turn the pipe. I built those actually before I had the hooch, and they've been super handy. They make pipe welding so much easier. Before I had the rollers, they just set the pipe up on these cones, but on these uneven locations, your pipe would never be level or even, and you'd have to mess around with jacks and trying to get it all leveled and correct. And then you're welding the pipe like a monkey, jumping around it. You'd start at the top and weld your way down and have to get underneath the pipe and weld the bottom. And it's a lot of stuff. You do that all day, every day for years and years, and it takes a toll on the body. And when we're welding fittings, we do it in a rollout wheel on the back of the truck, and you just turn the pipe, and it's super easy and convenient. And the whole time that I was welding that for years and years, I thought about building these rollers so that I could turn the whole pipe like we do in a rollout wheel and not have to jump around it like a monkey, because that's not really that fun. So one day I built these roller stands, and it's been so awesome. Plus you can go along and just level up the pipes really easy because the roller stands adjust up and down to help level out the pipe and make it so that they come together at the right height, which makes getting your clamp on to get your perfect fit so much easier. So much easier. And then the pipe's a lot straighter when you're all done welding it. It's not up and down and humpy bumpy near as bad. I mean, you always get a little bit of that on an uneven location, but this really irons out a lot of those kinks. These rollers are great. I built them out of aluminum so they're light, so we can pack them around really easy. And they've got this arm that we can adjust up and down when it's not tightened up too much like it is now. And then these top rollers can go up and down and lift the pipe up off of the cones that they normally sit on. You can adjust it and it swings up, and the little roller wheels can allow the pipe to turn, which is really cool. I just welded these with a spool gun on a wire feed. They're not the cleanest welds ever, but they work pretty good. Not too bad. It does all right. It gets the job done, and we haven't had a single one break yet. They get used and abused. I thought about TIG welding some, but these have done great. So this is what I came up with to electrically turn the pipe as we weld it. And we call it our pipe turner. This isn't my first version. My first version had actually go-kart tires that clamped around the pipe and would turn the pipe. And it worked okay, except for if it was wet or rainy, it would peel out on the pipe and it wouldn't work very good. So I would just turn the pipe by hand with a clamp called an ultra clamp. And that worked pretty good. So since I was turning it by hand with this ultra clamp, I figured I could just attach my turning device to that clamp. So that's what this part here is. I attached another chain and sprocket to it with these idler pulleys guided on it, and this attached this aluminum rod to it. The pipe just slips inside a sleeve that's attached to the part with a small sprocket that drives that chain that goes down and around the big sprocket that's attached to the pipe. I had to weld this socket here as an impromptu tensioner one day, and then it just rides on these idler pulleys around the chain, and it turns the pipe on the inside of that big sprocket. I've got a 3-to-1 planetary gear reduction in here, driven by this variable speed motor, and it's got this little control box that makes it go faster or slower, and you can turn it on or off or reverse it via these switches. Works pretty good, and it runs off a 110 off the welder, and it just runs off an extension cord back to the Hooch. These pipe clamps come with a handle that I cut off and put a nut on there so that we can have the handle be removable. Just put a socket and an extension on there with a handle on it. Works pretty good. Welding the root of that pipe down the pipe sounds pretty cool. And here you can see the turner turning the pipe as he's welding it down clear up in that Hooch you can see in the background. When I built the pipe turner, I used this really nice Bosch remote starter that you would use to bump over an engine while you're working on it. Well, that burned up on us, so one day I had to make an emergency run to a hardware store, grab a bunch of garbage, and build this thing. Yes, I know it looks like a detonator for something illegal, but it works pretty good for the turner. So you just squeeze this welding rod here that I bent. It contacts and springs back on this 50 amp switch, which is hooked to an extension cord that I modified to split, so you have power for your grinder and power going to the turner through that switch. And it just, you got to have a little extension cord, and it hooks to an air hose reel that we wrap up our cord on so we can spool it up with the handle. The whole thing just turns if you unplug that extension cord below, and it just spools out as you drive forward, or you can wheel it up when you're done. And the whole system gets its power off of this welder through this extension cord. It's nice to have the Hooch to have a place to eat your lunch too, so you're not out in the wind when you're trying to eat your lunch, getting dirt blown in your food. He could have buffed the coating off the pipe and made it look a little better, but it makes a pretty decent weld for rolling the pipe. Not too bad, not too bad. As long as it passes x-ray, I'm happy. Once they get done x-raying it, they'll come along and put a primer and coating on this to make it sealed up like that green coating is before they bury it, so it's not getting corroded. But you have to buff all the coating out of the way so that they can run their ultrasound around it and do what's called a phase ray inspection to make sure that there's no imperfections in the weld and it matches the code. You know, I don't think it would have been so windy in North Dakota had they not put these fans here. They put these fans all over. Look, they're everywhere. They put in these fans, and then all of a sudden it just gets really windy. I don't get it. Why would they put all these fans in? Is it to help dry out the crops? I mean, really, why would they put all these fans here? Anyway, it's another beautiful day in North Dakota. At least it's not 20 below. So, well, that's been the video on the Super Hootch and the pipe turner setup. Remember, me and Jesus love you. Talk to you later.